Yo, what's up everybody? Hoy with you here, bringing you Dr. Stone anime review. This is episode 4 titled Fire and Smoke Signals. This was a very intriguing episode. We have Yuzuriya and Taiju. They're in separate, they're in like the same pool of water in the hot spring, but they have like bamboo woods as a fence blocking them so they can't see each other or whatever. And the conversation got brought up of what were you going to say before this whole stone thing happened, and Taiju gave a very manly excuse, but at the same time a reason why he's not going to say what he's going to say. But he basically told her, I wouldn't feel right as a man to tell you something when there's no way for you to run away in the stone word. So I want to hold off what I'm going to tell you, and when we build civilization with Senku, then I promise I'll tell you the words I was going to speak to you back then. And she blushed because she already knows, like she has a feeling of what the words are. So she was like, she smiled but blushing. She was like, okay, I'll wait until then. But she already knows most likely what Taiju is going to say. But they all rest, have a good night rest. Where Senku's gathering materials, and the next morning they actually have all the materials needed to make gunpowder. It was iron, volcano ash, and hot water from the spring. And as they making it, by accident, Taiju ends up hitting it with too much force, and an explosion happens, where it set off a smoke signal. And as they gathering more materials through it again, they realize there's another smoke signal across from them. And Yuzuriya got scared, and she was like, is it Tsukasa? But Senku was like, it's impossible for it to be him because he's in the other direction. Which means, since there's another signal from over there, that basically solidified that there's actually other people being here. Because it could be a forest fire, but at the same time, it's too coincidence and too small. It's just a smoke signal, so most likely there's someone over there doing some type of fire. And as they come to the conclusion, they decided to waste all their gunpowder to make a big no signal. Because Senku's idea was, if I can waste the gunpowder to make a big no signal and gather more people, maybe we can be able to have safety in numbers instead of the 3 against 1, which will be an easy fight for someone like Tsukasa. If there's a group of people, they probably have a higher chance. So those were his thoughts. So they wasted the gunpowder to make a bigger smoke screen. Then a third smoke screen came in, and we see this girl with blonde hair. We only see the back of her, and she has a twig, and she's sticking it into the fire and stuff like that. And as they doing this, and they get in more firewood to make the fire bigger, and then people know where they're at, one of them get caught, and it was Yuzuriya. She gets caught by Tsukasa, and he uses her as a hostage, and he tells Senku, tell me the plans or I'm going to kill her. And he was like, I don't care about her. You can do whatever you want. And instant he says that, he cut the back of her hair. It looked like he was trying to go for her neck, but he kind of he didn't put full force because he wasn't really trying to kill her. He was just trying to scare Senku, and he was like, look, I don't care about killing her, I would. Because I know she's important to you. Just like Taiju is. That's why you ain't bury her when she was petrified, to keep her for safekeeping. Instead, you decided to bring her back. So he basically caught on to Senku's bluff. And Yuzuriya, I just have to say, best girl, he wanted the information, Tsukasa, of the formula to bring people back, or the miracle water, as they call it. And she took Tsukasa's blade, and she put it to her throat, and she told Senku, whatever you do, keep your mouth shut and don't tell him. I don't care if I become a sacrifice for science, but as long as you are alive, he cannot kill you. So, please don't tell him. And Senku took a deep breath, and he actually told Tsukasa all 4 materials you need and how to mix them and how to blend them to make the miracle potion, miracle water. And Yuzuriya fell to the ground, and she was extremely sad, and she's like, why? And Tsukasa was like, thank you for telling me, but now you know I have to kill you. And he's like, before I kill you though, I just want to let you know, if you decide and promise me right here and now that you will forever abandon the power of science, and we never have this discussion again, I will spare your life. So basically he gave him the option, live but no science or death with science. What do you want? And then we get this cute little flashback of Taiju as a little kid, and we get to see his dad like a silhouette. And I have to admit, his dad was pretty incredible. He see it as Taiju was studying a lot to become, a scientist, and he sold his own car to get money to buy his son for Christmas an equipment science set. So that's a dedicated father right there. So Father of the Year 2019. Again, another applause goes to Senku dad. Sadly, we didn't get his name drop or see his whole image. We just saw like a silhouette of him. But that was a pretty sweet thing to do as a dad for his kid, And we didn't see no mom, so I'm guessing his dad is a single father, from my view. But we also get to see young Taiju as a kid as well. We get to see different experiments that Senku is doing before he gets to meet up with Taiju, and then when he meets up with Taiju, we get to see other experiments they do together. And Taiju helps him with all the heavy lifting and gathering of the materials, and then he brings up to Senku, who he does, the work with the materials and stuff like that. We see them make like a baby rocket to shoot up in space. Every Yazuzu help, she makes 2 little dolls of them to put in the spaceship, which was kind of cute. And when we get in all the, sentimental stories and stuff, I'm like, damn, are they really gonna kill off our boy, the main character, like that? And they come back to the future, they start with the darts, the back image and stuff like that, the background stories. And Senku told him, nah, I'm good. I can never give up science. And he was like, what a pity. I didn't want to kill you. And Senku replied, come on, no matter what I would have said, you would have killed me anyway, to silence me. And he was like, yeah, you're right. And then Tsukasa said something very, very interesting that got me intrigued. He told him, if we would have met before this whole Stone Age crisis and before, we got into this beef of me wanting to kill you because you want to save people and I don't want you to save them, I believe you could have been my first friend, implying that Tsukasa doesn't have any friends. So, for somebody to be as famous as him and don't have any friends, his backstory must be extremely sad. I mean, we got part of it. We know he has a sick sister in the hospital that he was trying to get sea stars for, and he got beat up by the guy who owns the beach where he was getting them. But other than that, we don't really know his full backstory. We just know that little glimpse. So, but the episode ends with him going behind Senku, and he takes his blade and he goes like this, and we hear like a slash mark, and we see something like we see like the back of his neck kind of go like this, like it looked like it was about to tip over, and that's how the episode ends. Now, it sounded and looked like he did cut him from the back, but we have to remember this is anime and this is Senku, the main character. I don't think he's dead, but they're gonna have to pull off a really good reason on how he lived through this, if he is alive. But yeah, this was the episode, and this was a very emotional episode. Just seeing Senku and his backstory with the guys and the girl Yuzuda and stuff, and see how he doesn't just care for Taiju as a friend, he sees Yuzuraya as a friend as well, and he does care for her as well. So, and he cares for humanity, period. So Senku is like the perfect embodiment of what a scientist should be. Somebody who's loving and caring of people. And even though they love being a scientist, they know not to go too far and be inhuman with it. So Senku, gotta give him a round of applause too. He's a great character. But yeah, this was a great episode. Taiju did feel that something was wrong, and he dropped down all the twigs he had to run up to the mountains to get to the area. But sadly, he's not gonna get there on time. The chick, excuse me, I'm kind of sick. The chick that we saw with the blonde hair, I'm wondering what part was she playing? Is she part of like the Smokescreen people, or does she have like her own clan? Is she by herself? Where did she come from? If there is more people than just her, are they good people? Are they bad people? How developed in society are they? And in science, stuff like that, I'm wondering. But this brings up a lot of questions, because if this person that we saw, if she's alive and well and dressed, and she has like this weird circle thing with a blade or a spear in her back, then we have to assume that she's a warrior, and we have to assume that there's more people. So, like parents and lovers and stuff like that, maybe siblings. So I'm wondering what are their backstory and are they good guys? Hopefully they're not a group of killers like Tsukasa. That'd be the worst part for Taiju and his gang. But this is all I have for you guys. Great episode. Tell me down below what you like and didn't like. Again, the art, the animation, the music, the voice acting, everything was beautiful. As I said, all the anime that came out for summer of 2019, Fire Force and Dr. Stone are like the best. And Vinland Saga, these are like the 3 best right there, up there with those 3 things. And stories are just great. But tell me down below how you feel about it. And let me know what you like and didn't like. That's all I have for you guys. Peace on.